Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Bobby. Guys, Andrew Tate proceeds with his rampage on X. Today he calls Muslims crybabies for attacking him. This is a very unfortunate mess that Andrew Tate has gotten himself into. Listen guys, the only reason why I make a video about this is because Islam is being attacked. This is not about Andrew Tate, this is not about me, this is not about personal feelings. This is about Islam, Allah's religion. And if Allah's religion is attacked publicly, we of course have to respond. Alright, but before we do so, guys, if you enjoy my content, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description box below to further support my work. And now, with no further ado, let's have a look. Okay, we're back on Andrew Tate's X page, and here 14 hours ago he's writing, "Why I'm blocking Muslim crybabies." SubhanAllah, how can you write this as a Muslim, as a supposed Muslim yourself? I do understand that he probably addresses the brothers that criticized him, rightfully so. I'm criticizing him as well for his public opinions and statements on Islam. But how can you write a sentence like this? Muslim crybabies. How does this look like, and how can you write this as a Muslim yourself? He then proceeds to say, "I risked my life for the Gaza cause and attacked over Christmas presents." Well, I don't know what the Christmas presents is about, but how did you risk your life for the Gaza cause? Are you a mujahideen now? Did you go to jihad? What happened there? Did we miss something? Then he continues writing, "All of these clowns can enjoy irrelevance." So now he's basically calling his Muslim brothers clowns, and he's measuring the standard of value by relevance or irrelevance on social media. And now the last sentence takes the cake yet again. He writes, "Allah's plan for me is larger than his plan for them." Astaghfirullah. So now he knows Allah's plan, and yet again, he's measuring Allah's plan by social media exposure or by acquiring wealth, I assume. And if you're getting more dunya gains, then Allah's plan is larger for you. Wow. Okay, now let's watch this video.
So many of my Islamic brothers are upset with me right now. They're arguing the semantics of a post I made explaining that people, white Christians, are going to be very Islamophobic if we do not come out in defense of young innocent children.
Yeah, well, this is amazing. He starts the video right away by strawmanning his audience, telling them, "Guys, this is just semantics." No, it's not semantics. You called it an Islamic crime problem. Brothers corrected you and told you clearly that this is not an Islamic crime problem whatsoever, because within the Islamic Sharia, this would be punished severely. Hence, it is haram within Islam, and therefore it's not an Islamic crime problem. If you want to make it about nationality, go for it, fine. Most of those perpetrators in those instances of gang supposedly were Pakistani. So if you want to talk about those Pakistani men and then you want to draw conclusions about immigrations, fine, do so. But you've been attacking Islam publicly, and therefore you will be corrected by Muslims. And this was initially something that you appreciated about the faith.
It's the last religion because no other religion has boundaries which they enforce. If you will tolerate everything, then you stand for nothing.
And they're not thinking correctly for a few reasons. One,
okay, thanks.
Because if we only allow Zionists to be the ones who are against of children, then Zionists are going to appeal to the masses, because most people agree that little kids shouldn't be. And that, considering it was Muslim men who committed these heinous acts, we as Muslims should be offended and come out against them. Secondly,
okay, so now he's gaslighting his audience, telling you, "Hey guys, you're not thinking correctly here." And then he's proceeding to make up a problem, strawmanning you again, where he says, "Well, it's only the Zionists now that are caring about children being..." What kind of ridiculous statement is this? Truly. Tell me which Muslim defended those men. Show me the evidence. Show me some video clips, some tweets. Which Muslim in his right mind defended those people that committed those crimes? Quite the opposite. As we said 10,000 times here, this is indefensible. And in a Sharia court, those people would be executed. So why do you keep on spreading this lie? We all agree here, those crimes are heinous, those crimes are disgusting, those crimes should be severely punished, and they're not punished enough in the UK. Stop lying.
They're saying, "Oh look, but a white man kids too." That's not what we're talking about.
Who?
People of all races and all ethnicities kids. What we're talking about, the fact that when Muslims do it, it's covered up by a government. When a white man does it, it is not. These are actually completely different subjects, but these people are too stupid to understand them.
Yeah, so in the same fashion, he just keeps on gaslighting his supposed Muslim brothers. Guys, you're just too stupid. You don't get the full picture here. I am playing 4D chess and I have the master plan. Yet again, you mentioned it yourself. All ethnicities, apparently, children. Now you say that your government is covering certain cases up. If that is truly the case, sure, address the government, but address it as what it is. If it is an immigration problem, fine. Yet again, talk about it. But it cannot be an Islamic problem because, as we already established, it is haram within Islam. How does this make sense? Let me give you a very basic example. Let's assume there is a boxing match. And now all of a sudden one of the boxers pulls a gun and shoots the other boxer. Would you now say, listen guys, you're way too stupid to get this. We have a boxing problem after all. Let's get into the rules and regulations of boxing. Something is going horribly wrong here. You cannot justify this. No, this would have nothing to do with boxing. This is a psycho that is abusing the rule set of boxing, that is not adhering to the rule set of boxing, and this is why he brought a gun to a boxing match. It is the exact same thing with those alleged Muslim men. Yet again, we don't know if they were Muslims, we don't know if they were truly practicing or not, but even if they were, then they went against the rules and regulations of Islam. So you calling it an Islamic issue is the problem.
They've attacked me now, and they think by trying to vilify me and endlessly attack me for clicks, somehow it's going to help them in their standing in Western societies. And I want to make something very clear.
Yeah, okay, this is just absolutely hilarious. You're calling people Muslim crybabies, and now you are crying about being attacked online. Welcome to the internet. We are all being attacked. I've been on the internet now for, what, 7, 8 years? And I've been attacked, I've been doxxed and whatnot. This happens on the internet. You would be no exception there. But moreover, this is not about you, Andrew, nor is it about me. We don't matter. We will return to dust, as it says beautifully within the Quran. This is about Islam, and there is nothing greater than Allah. And this is why people are upset with your statements. Again, it's not about your persona, boo-hoo, I'm being attacked. Yes, you're being attacked because you are attacking Islam publicly.
I live in the most Christian country in the world. My reversion to Islam was extremely risky to do. I'm in the middle of the largest and most famous criminal case on the planet. All of my judges are Christians. I live in a Christian society that is very fearful of Muslims. I have suffered for my reversion.
Okay, I don't think it's factual that his criminal case is the largest criminal case here, but his criminal case is about human trafficking and prostitution ultimately. So therefore your case has nothing to do with Islam or Christianity. Either you're guilty or you're not guilty. I don't know why you're drawing the parallels there. And moreover, that you suffered because of your conversion, please tell us about it. That would be actually interesting. And I think your Muslim brothers would be fully supportive of you if you would lay out how you've been oppressed or how you had any problems because of your reversion. But that being said, we all had certain issues reverting to Islam. It's kind of like a package deal.
I also stood up to Piers Morgan on October 8th, the day after, and against all legal advice, made it clear that what was happening was a joke. And I stood up on the most watched platform on the planet in the middle of a criminal case with Christian judges judging me, and I stood there defending Muslims. And this same...
Yeah, I don't understand how this is an argument, because Christians like Candace Owens, for example, are very vocal about the genocide in Gaza as well. So you're not alone there, and it is not, again, a Muslim or Christian subject as such. It is simply a genocide that is going on, and you're either on the side of the people being genocided, or you're on the side of the oppressor. That's pretty much it. So therefore, kudos to you. Good that you spoke out, absolutely here. But this is not something that you did because you are a Muslim. Christians do it too.
The community of Muslims then turn on me and attack me because I gave my daughter a Christmas present, because you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. And they start saying I'm not really a Muslim because I tried to give my daughter a Christmas present, and I need to argue with them about the Quran on my Twitter all day.
I have to repeat myself, it's really funny how he calls certain people Muslim crybabies, but meanwhile he's crying about being attacked for giving his daughter Christmas presents. Listen, I totally get it. I'm a revert to Islam as well. I'm surrounded by Christians. Matter of fact, my wife is still a Christian and she wants to celebrate Christmas. I get it. I understand the issues here. But the moment when you make it public on social media, you obviously will be attacked for it. There are lifelong Muslims as well that are celebrating Christmas and they're posting it on social media and they're getting backlash for it. But yet again, this is what you initially loved about Islam. Islam cannot be bent and molded to your own desires. Islam is what Islam is. And therefore, if you deviate from Islam publicly and you show it and you celebrate it, obviously you will be attacked for it. Why is that such an issue? Why do we have to cry about it?
And I need to reply to them, otherwise I'm afraid of them. You people are not in control of Islam. At all. It's not yours. You don't own it. And I don't owe you a fucking thing. You're all irrelevant because you're just sitting there all day tweeting at me as I've blocked you. And I will block every single person who comes at me in bad faith. If you come at me in good faith for a conversation that you want to have a logical conversation about Islam, I'd love to do that. I'd enjoy it. But when you come at me attacking me to try and get clicks, you just get blocked.
Yeah, again, he just proceeds to complain about people attacking him apparently. But let's check out the surah from the Quran. So here we have Surah Al-Imran. You are the best nation produced as an example for mankind. You enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong and believe in Allah. Or Surah Hujurat, Ayah 10. The believers are but brothers, so make settlement between your brothers and fear Allah that you may receive mercy. So the reason why I read those surahs out is because we are supposed to advise each other. So now I fully understand that it gets messy online, obviously. Ideally, we would advise each other in private. However, yet again, those are new times, those are different times, and you are a public figure. And you, Andrew Tate, yet again, are attacking Islam directly online. You might think about your words differently, but nevertheless, you call it an Islamic crime problem, and therefore you're associating this heinous crime with Islam. For this, your brothers have to correct you, because you are claiming that those brothers that are attacking you, and those brothers that are allegedly defending those rapists, which nobody does, are smearing the image of Islam. But no, it is you that is smearing the image of Islam with your tweets.
It's insanity. The hubris and the lack of respect that these people are operating under does nothing which is positive for the image of Islam. And anybody who is defending child rapists just because they're Muslims,
who is defending it, man?
Aiding Islamophobia and aiding
Islamophobia,
the narrative control that certain populations inside on this planet want to have when it comes to Muslims. So,
yeah, this is really comedic after all. Now he's calling you out again and you're so disrespectful, and because of your disrespect, somehow you're causing Islamophobia. Meanwhile, he writes, the endless self-victimization of crying Islamophobia every time valid concerns are made is ridiculous. And then you scroll down and you see him posting, Muslims in Europe are defending heinous crimes and then act confused when there is obvious bigotry against Islam in the future. The grooming gangs were disgusting. Every sane human is against them. The Muslims defending those actions purely because they were committed by other Muslims are destroying the image of Islam in the West. Psyop. There's so little self-reflection on his part. Don't you see what you're doing, man? You are accusing Muslims of defending rights. Yet again, there has been no shred of evidence that this ever happened. But he's obsessed by spewing this nonsense and this propaganda which comes from the far right. And then he's wondering why he's being called out. Amazing.
If you dislike me, you can dislike me. If you think I'm not a real Muslim, that's up to you. I know the truth of my heart, and Allah knows the truth of my heart.
Alright, and the video ends here, and he says, if you dislike me, you can dislike me. Andrew, this is not about us disliking you. This is not preschool. Nobody cares about you, about me. This is about divine eternal truth, i.e. Islam. This is about Allah. This is about Allah's religion. It's really tough to watch this because Andrew Tate still suffers of the sickness of hyper-individualism. And it is completely normal because that is the religion of the West. You have to be the man. You have to be the alpha man indeed. Look how I make money. Look how I get chicks. It's all about me, and me again. Islam, on the other hand, is not about me. It's about the collective, the ummah, the Muslims. This is what it is about. And therefore, it doesn't matter which position you have in this dunya. You can be a toilet cleaner, man. It doesn't matter if you're a businessman, if you have much money, if you're even a scholar of Islam. Ultimately, we have the same duties, which is the 5 prayers, which is giving charity, which is Hajj, etc., you name it. This is what we all have to do as Muslims. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, we all have to fast. Do you understand this? Our obligations are the same, and we are a collective body of believers. But yet again, in his Western hyper-individualistic mind, he doesn't understand it. He sees everything as a personal attack. Oh, why are you attacking me now, you Muslim crybabies, you? Man, for the 1000th time, it's not about us. It's about Islam. And when you attack Islam publicly, obviously you will be attacked as well. And one last time, I really hope you will understand this. This is what you respected about the religion initially. That we are no pushovers. That you cannot wear a t-shirt that says certain atrocious things about prophets, which I'm not going to repeat here. No, you cannot do that within Islam, alhamdulillah. And I really thought that this is something that actually opened your eyes to Islam.
If you're a Christian, 99% of Christians are ignoring every single rule inside the Bible. I believe in God, but I don't believe in that part. That's not what the book says. It doesn't say ignore half of me. It says follow me. Only Muslims follow their book.
No, true.
So they're the last religion.
But now when brothers advise you and correct you in your shortcomings of understanding within the religion and moreover sheer attacks of the religion, your ego gets triggered and you start crying. Alright guys, but this is it for today's video. If you liked it, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description box below to further support my work. And as always, may God bless you all. Much love and peace.
يا نفس إن لم تظفري لا تجزعي